Shalom Israel. First and foremost, we give all praises, all honor, all glory to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, by Shem HaKadosh, the one of the apostles and elders of Great Millstone teach us his truth. Peace and blessing help like Israel and Shalom. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father in Hebrew, by Shem is the name, and Yahweh Shai is the name of the unbegotten Son. And back on the lesson, and today, ultimately going to be going into an M.O.T.B update, as far as what's going on with a few things, people getting the mark in the forehead, which you've probably seen in this article. It says paralyzed man orders bear using brain implant, which present back to Revelation 13:16. Going to the charagma, which you should already know what that is by now if you know what I'm talking about. On the right hand and in the forehead, which you see Elon Musk creating the Neuralink. I believe they have already begun human testing or human trials, which they have been wanting to do for a while now after testing on the monkeys and all the subjects that they have tried using, and animals and all that. But there may less than go into that, which they have admitted that monkeys have died from all the trials and the testing that they have tried on them. So ultimately shows you how wicked these devils are and the things that they're ultimately trying on those different animals, which I believe they tried on pigs, monkeys, and I'm not sure if any other animals. But ultimately going to go into these miracles that are going to be done on the left hand side, and how a lot of people will be deceived by it and get led astray. Because ultimately, you're going to see people that couldn't walk, be able to walk again, because these the brain implant can be able to relink and connect certain things together in your brain to make your legs be able to walk again, or however they may do it. But it's miracles on the left hand side by the way of their technology. And as I said earlier, a lot of people will be deceived and led astray by it. A lot of it's ultimately gonna be what's the word I'm looking for? It's like it, but ultimately, once again, you have a lot of people that are gonna get deceived by it. That's ultimately what I'm trying to say. But it says paralyzed man orders bear using brain implant first words in months. So this man was paralyzed, wasn't able to speak, and now that he got the mark in the forehead, he was able to speak. But it says, I want a beer, a sample, and direct request, but a damn amazing one because it was uttered by a paralyzed man who's communicating for the first time in months, thanks to a life-changing brain implant. And it's ultimately what they're going to push. You see a lot of people that were not able to see, be able to see again, people that weren't able to walk, be able to walk again, and etc. A lot of people are going to see that and be amazed by it and be deceived, man. That these miracles that are being performed on the left side by the way of the technology. But if you have a lot of people that are not willing to wait upon Yahweh Shem Shai, ultimately they're going to trust in Esau Edom and his beast system. But it says, in a testament to the power of science and bear research, and in Switzerland outfitted a 36-year-old ALS patient with a charagma in his brain, which allows him to spell out sentences one letter at a time, and he used it to order up a cold one. But it says, on top of a brew, the guy also asked caregivers for a head massage from his mother curry and soup fed through tubes, and wanted to rock out to Bantul. In his words, he wanted it loud. The good folks doing the amazing research over at Wiz Center in Geneva said it's the first instance of someone with no voluntary muscle movement being able to communicate. And you're going to see this in many different forms. Either by the way of the charagma in the hand, which it could be on either hand, but Revelation 13:16, it says which I have to get there real quick, and then we'll jump back into the article. But Revelation 13:16 through 17, and he calleth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand. And you have a lot of people that try to twist the words and say, well, what if I get it on my left hand, or make fun of it and say, a potato chip, basically taking this truth for a joke, not taking it serious, and ultimately not thinking that the mark is a physical one. And the Lord's pretty much already shown you, man. It's pretty much here already, but it's not mandated and pushed to that extent yet. But let's finish the 16 first. It says, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in their foreheads. As you see, he got a brain implant, and you see Elon Musk creating the Neuralink, which is a brain implant, the mark in the forehead. But let's play this, see if there's anything for edification's sake.
Our participant is a young man, is married and has a small child. His biggest wish was to be able to communicate, talk to his son as he was growing up. ALS is it's short for amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease in the US. And it's a progressive neurodegenerative disease. It's pretty rare, and it affects neurons in your brain and in the spinal cord.
And that's the word I was looking for, neurons. You know, what I was saying earlier, them connecting certain things to in your body to be able to work again. I believe the word I was looking for was neurons.
Called motor neurons. People affected by this disease progressively lose all ability to move. They lose the ability to breathe on their own, end up often in a completely locked-in state.
People who have become completely locked in have no means of communicating with the outside world. They can't move muscles, they can't move their eyes, and they are really in need of a solution like a brain-computer interface for communication.
Participation in this study means...
Which you can watch this for yourself. You just want to get a quick, a little bit more information on it. This is the ALS patient who consented to the brain implant back in 2018 when he could still use eye movement to communicate, is now completely paralyzed. The charagma allows him to signal yes or no to a series of letters and spell out commands at a rate of 1 character per minute. And of course, you still have, Will Smith being put on the forefront in the news. Just another distraction, so beware of that. It says spell out commands at a rate of 1 character per minute. That means it took more than 10 minutes to order a beer, but we're thinking he'd say it was well worth the wait. Cheers to science. And you have a lot of people that are still going to believe and trust in M.O.T.B and this system, and take the charagma, the M.O.T.B, because you're seeing miracles being performed on the left hand side by the way this technology. People that were paralyzed being able to walk again, be able to move their body. People that weren't able to see, that were blind, be able to see again. And certain other things that these devils may do. And guess what? A lot of people will be deceived and led astray by it. But get verse 17. It says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark of the name of the beast or the number of his name. Which I could just got verse 16, but as you see 17, coming soon you won't be able to buy or sell without it. You really won't be able to do anything without it. And that's going to be the temptation. This is where we'll also be tried and tested, because coming soon you won't be able to do literally nothing without it. You won't be able to travel, go inside stores, go to your job. Everything will be by the way of the M.O.T.B, and it's slowly conditioning and preparing people for it. Now you see right here the so-called incentives that you will receive for taking it. And you have a lot of family members that tried so many things to help their family members with certain things that they have gone through or have. Certain family members may be paralyzed or blind, and you have a lot of people that are be desperate enough and see the incentive or what's the word I'm looking for? The benefits from taking this. So a lot of people will be deceived, man. It ultimately shows you have no faith in Yahweh by Shemel Shai, man. You're running straight to Esau, putting your faith and trust in him. Guess what? You're going to be a completely different person. You're going to be a robot, man. You know what you're going to be when, they fully implement this M.O.T.B, and especially with the juice, can join hand in hand with it, Be a zombie, man, clueless. But 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3 through 9. Says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, as the man of sin. Fuck you. And that a man of sin be revealed, which is Esau Edom, which is being exposed as we speak. His true intentions, how he really feels towards us as a people, and ultimately his true intentions, but the son of perdition. So whoso opposes and exalts himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, and you see him exalting himself above Yahweh by Shemel Shai, trying to obtain immortality, trying to perform these miracles by the way of his technology on the left-hand side, which ultimately the Lord gave him this knowledge to do so, man. Also with the thermonuclear missiles to create them, you have created the waster to destroy, if you're paraphrasing. But it says, whoso opposes and exalts himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he, as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showeth himself that he is God. So remember ye not that when I was with when I was yet with you, I told you these things. Yeah, main point is verse 9, but I guess we will finish that up. It says, and now you know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time, for the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out the way. Then get into the main points. Verse 8, and then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. And these devils and these heathen nations, and also two Israelite people, will be destroyed by these thermonuclear missiles, this thermonuclear fire. And also, the famine, in times of Jacob's trouble. It's literally going to be the purge out here, man. And they don't make the movie for nothing. But verse 9 says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. He works on the left-hand side, man. So you see the miracles that's being performed on the left-hand side, by the way, is technology. It's like for the yawn, but as you see the miracles that are being performed, this person that was paralyzed or has a disease, not be able to move or, talk, now he's able to talk again, And you see this in many different cases, people that are, paralyzed or bedridden, taking it, because people will jump at, any chance that they can get to be able to walk again, to speak again, or to see again, A lot of people will be destroyed, man, for trusting this devil, man. Matthew chapter 24, verse 24. Says, for there shall arise false anointed, or false Christ, and of false prophets, which you also seen, and the Lord is pretty much exposing these false prophets, man, that you see today. But I don't want to go, off topic, on the main point. Saying, shall show great signs and wonders, and these are great signs and wonders, man. People that couldn't, speak or talk, the people that were paralyzed, being able to walk and talk again, lying signs and wonders, man. So a lot of people will be deceived by it. But watch this. Go back to Matthew chapter 24, verse 24. It says, and shall show great signs and wonders. So you're going to see a lot of people being deceived and led astray by it, and jumping at the chance they can get for the so-called benefits and the incentives for it. It says, in so much that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. But it's not possible, But go back to 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get envious, for we're not ignorant of his devices. We see right through his devil's plans and what he's trying to do and what he's ultimately trying to implement. He is slowly conditioning and preparing the people for the M.O.T.B. Going to that one lesson I made, going to that gas station that doesn't accept cash. So you slowly see what this place is building up to. As you see, we ultimately see what this devil's plans are and what he's trying to do. Do it one more time. It said, for there shall rise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, these miracles that are being performed on the left-hand side. As I said multiple times in the lesson, the M.O.T.B, or the Neuralink, the charagma in the hand, the so-called incentives that you will receive from taking it. You don't have to carry your wallet anymore, your credit cards, everything about you will be on it, So you see the so-called benefits that you would receive from taking it. And a lot of people are going to be tempted and, led astray by it. But Yahweh Shah will protect and take care of his elect. As I said right here, I said, if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. But guess what? It is not possible. But see these last two scriptures I got, and I'll close out. Going to that final lesson. Isaiah chapter 4, verse 13 through 14. It said, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. These devils are prideful, men. You have them exalting themselves, Yahweh Shah. And these devils have a God complex, man. Trying to obtain immortality, trying to create their own pseudo, fake world by the way of their technology, with the the metaverse. If for example that one anime, Sword Art Online, it's basically kind of the same thing devils are trying to do, trying to create their own world and where it's interactive, where you can just basically live in it, man. But not to go too far off topic once again, I'll ascend into heaven, I'll exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High, I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation at the side of the north. Verse 14, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds, I will be like the Most High. But it's again trying to obtain immortality, trying to create his own pseudo blessing. Obadiah 1, chapter 1, verse 3 through 4. And all these different things he's trying to create, this fake meat out of grass or plants. This devil got to go. Trying to clone people and trying to obtain immortality, etc. Man, these devils are wicked, man. Obadiah chapter 1, verse 2-4 says, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, which is Esau Edom, the so-called white man today, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? This devil is prideful, man. Because with that pride is going to be your downfall. Verse 4, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence I will bring thee down, saith Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. So, pretty much it on the lesson. As you see, this devil is prideful, exalting himself above the heavenly Father, Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, thinking that, he's on that level, trying to, once again, as I said earlier, multiple times, trying to attain immortality, trying to create his own pseudo world where he's in control of and the god of, with the the metaverse and all that, and things he's doing now. The miracles he performed on the left hand side, but because Esau wants to be looked upon as a god, man. That's why he's causing all these destruction with the order out of chaos, causing the problem to bring the solution, to swoop in as the hero of the story. In reality, he is the bad guy, man, and he will be taken out very soon. But not to drag this too long. Lord, when I hit the main points I wanted, and Lord, when you're edified. I do want to give all praises, all honor and glory to Yahweh Shem Shai, Bashem Kadash, the born of the apostles, and those of great millstone teaching us the truth. Peace and blessing, help like Israel, and shalom. See you next one.